Hey, Dark Horse Nation. Hope you guys have had a good week. Hope you guys are excited about your weekend coming up. Today is October 31st. It's Halloween, guys. And it's kind of chilly today, but it'll still be a good night for all the little monsters to go out and collect candy. So I hope everyone has a safe, fun time tonight, and I hope everyone has enough common sense to be careful as you're driving the streets and neighborhoods tonight, because there will be a lot of kids out, and this is a fun time for them to have a good time and just forget about the week of school and everything else and just have fun tonight. That's what Halloween's all about. So I encourage all you guys to have a good time, but above all, please be safe. Now, on top of that, tomorrow is going to be an interesting day, and supposedly tomorrow is when the SNAP or EBT benefits will run out. So, I can only hope that people have enough common sense to not get out and act all crazy, okay? I mean, I don't like this situation any more than you guys do. Times are uncertain right now, and the way the government is handling the shutdown is really immature on both sides of the fence. I mean, this should never have went on this long. I despise politics. I try to stay out of it as much as possible. I mean, I'd rather make videos about sunsets and sunrises and, nature and sounds of a lake or a stream running. That's what I would rather be doing, But as Americans, we need to voice our opinions in a logical way that makes sense. And that's what we need to do. I hope that this can be resolved. I don't like the idea of kids going without, going hungry. I've been there myself back in the 60s. We were on welfare, but back in those days, it wasn't like it is now. Back in those days, you got a gallon can of some kind of mystery meat. You got a bag of yellow grits, and you got some cheese, and maybe some powdered milk if you were lucky, and that was it. That's what you had to live off of, okay? And so, changes need to be made. EBT should not be used for sodas, tater chips, that sort of thing. That's not what it's for. It's to help people who are in a bind, to give them some time to get back on their feet. That is what it's intended for. So, I hope that the majority of Americans can be civil. This situation needs to be straightened out. The government needs to get it together and stop this crap, and let's get the government back open. And let's try to create a future that will benefit all Americans. I don't understand why that is so complicated. So, you know, there's a lot going on. Time changes back tomorrow night. So Sunday night, this time, guess what? The sun will be down. You're going to be tired. You're going to feel like absolute crap. And this will go on for the next couple months. You know? You're going to go to work at 7. If you're lucky, you will get off at 3. If not, you will get off at 7 o'clock. And guess what? It's dark. You know, you come home from work, you at least like to have some downtime to where you can go outside in the evening, enjoy some peace and quiet, maybe even watch the sunset, you know, and relax. But you can't do that in this time of year once the clock goes back. You're coming home, it's dark, you're going into the house, and the only thing you're trying to do is get prepared for the next day. And it's a continuous cycle until spring rolls back around. That is something that needs to be changed. And you know, you hear both sides of it, but my thing is, guys, if you think about what will benefit you the most, would you rather have a longer day in the evening so you can get something done when you get off of work? Because if you think about it, you hear these so-called experts in Congress stating that, you know, we need to set it back so people can get up in the mornings and get sunshine. Let me tell you something. The only thing you're doing at that time of morning is getting your ass up and going to work inside of a plant. At 7 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock, guess what? There's not enough sunshine out to do nothing. It does nothing for you. So that excuse doesn't fly. Does not fly. I would much rather have more daylight in the evening after work than that pitiful amount of daylight in the mornings that doesn't mean anything, because you're on your way to work, kids are on their way to school. It does not benefit you whatsoever. But we'll set the clocks back. You're going to feel like absolute crap. That extra hour of sleep does nothing for you, if you even get an extra hour of sleep. So that makes no sense as to why we are still doing the time change issue. Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever. So, I mean, there's all kinds of things going on, guys. I mean, yeah, the political scene is screwed. You know, it's just this time of year we're going to transition between fall and winter. And you know, some people love winter, that's fine, it's all good. You like the snow, you like to go skiing, and that's fine for a small percentage of people, you know, who can afford to do those things. But the majority of average Americans, they can't afford those luxuries. They're in a factory, they're in a job. The only thing they're concerned about is feeding their family, making money, paying the bills, and that's what it boils down to. So I just want to get out here this evening, express my opinion. You know, I'd much rather be in the studio messing around with some music, playing guitar or something like that, you know. But I just, you know, want you guys to realize across the U.S. and across the entire globe, because, you know, that's where these videos end up sometimes, you know, when YouTube allows it. To let you guys know how I feel about certain things. I know the majority of you all probably feel the same way. So as the sun begins to set here this evening, it's Halloween, and you know, the kids start walking through the neighborhoods after a while and collecting candy and just forgetting about reality, you know, for a few hours. You know, I just hope this fun is safe, everyone enjoys it, and then tomorrow we get up, start a brand new day. Tomorrow will be the last day of a long day, guys, and after that we set the time back, and then, you know, it's all downhill from there until spring. Yes, we have the holidays, we got Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, New Year's, but, you know, winter time is a long time for a lot of people, and it can be depressing for a lot of people. I mean, you don't have energy, you're tired. Yeah, in the winter time, you're not getting enough sunlight anyway because it's so cold you can't go outside. And, you know, it's just, it's hard on a lot of people. But with that being said, I've run my mouth enough. I'm going to get off of here. Thank you all for your support. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you all for watching the videos. I know my videos may not be as entertaining as some of the things you may watch on YouTube, but I can guarantee you that what I have to say is real. There is no AI crap involved, and it's just down to earth comments, and that's all there is to it, just down to earth, you know. And hang in there, stay safe, be blessed. Please like, subscribe, share, guys. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. And enjoy the night. Go out with your kids, have a good time, and hope they get tons of candy. So, but just be safe and enjoy it. And I hope each and every one of you guys has a very, very blessed, safe weekend. And with that being said, what do we say, Dark Horse Nation? Damn, that's good. Now you mix that with a Reese's peanut butter cup, you might have something going on there, okay? Alright guys, y'all take care. Have a good night, and I'll catch you later.